Welcome back to my health reset. My name is Nkem Azu. I'm a board certified toxicologist. I'm on a journey to reclaiming my health through food and science. The plan is to bring you along this journey as I learn more about health and fitness and gather more information along the way about personal development and personal fulfillment. Today I want to talk about having a strong why, knowing why this journey is important, whatever the journey is that you are on, knowing why the journey is important to you. Why should you keep going when the going gets tough? Why even embark on it? I think everybody's journey is different. Everyone has different reasons for even weight loss, even something as simple as health and fitness, something as simple as career growth and career development, as personal development. Everyone's reasoning is different. And if we're able to have an understanding of why individually, or if we're able to understand why as an individual we are embarking on whatever journey it is we're embarking on, it does make things to a certain extent a little bit easier, because not just are you holding your why, but it also gives you the ability to visualize the end goal. For example, if you are expecting a package in the mail and it's been delivered by UPS, the idea of your package in your mailbox gives you a reason to leave, to get out of the house. You have a stronger reason to get out of the house if your package is perishable. Having a strong why gives us the clarity of mind. It gives you a reason to fight through the challenges that come along the way. And I think the book The Stranger's Secret by Earl Nightingale is a very, very powerful book, because what he talks about is we are what we think about. If we truly are what we think about, I apologize if you can hear the snoring in the background. It's the dog. She's tired. It's been a long day. If we truly are what we think about, then it only makes sense that we know why we're having those thoughts, and whether they're good, whether they're bad, no matter how ugly they are, we have to have an understanding behind why we are thinking those thoughts. When we have that understanding, it gives us a better idea of how to navigate the world, or how to navigate the problems that are set before us to get to our end goal. It's been a week since I started this channel, and my reason why I decided to embark on this health reset was to give myself a fighting chance. It was really to take charge of my own health. It's relatively easy to say, well, I have all these physicians who have the best education, who studied under the best mentors and whatnot. But like I said in my first video, you are your own advocate. So I hope that as we embark on this journey together, that you are able to discover your why. So the purpose of having that notebook that I mentioned in the beginning is so that you have a place to put everything as we work through different issues. So this is one of my entries for Start With Why. And I say figuring out why I'm staying on this health journey can sometimes be difficult. It's like a vicious cycle. I identify why getting healthy and losing weight is important to me, and a week later, I don't care about the reason behind it. Sitting here today, as I take a break from my tox assessments and evaluations, I'm thinking about what my true motivations are for going through this challenge of fasting and weight loss. And my main reason is because I want to take a chance on myself. I want to give myself the opportunity to live the best life I can. And I wrote that last year. And when I wrote this, I had in the back of my mind that I wanted to go hiking on Mount Montserrat in Barcelona, Spain. And I had tried going on that hike, but I was just in no shape to complete it. And so I started this journal because I said, I'm going to go back to Barcelona and I'm going to go on that hike of Mount Montserrat, and I'm going to complete that 3-hour hike, even if it kills me. Well, I did go on that hike and I did complete it, and the feeling was completely unbelievable. So start with why. So for my first week, I have to cut down on my sugars, cut down on the carbohydrates that I've been consuming. I've been consuming a lot. Take out any form of alcohol consumption that has been taken out. So for this first week has been a little bit challenging because, again, it's the first week. I've been lucky enough where I've been able to incorporate a little bit more movement outside of just walking on an incline, walking outdoors, walking indoors on a treadmill, and doing a little bit of weightlifting at home. This week has been challenging, but not as challenging as I expected it would be. So last year, when I went through this process, because I've gone through this process once, and so actually more than once. So I have an idea of what worked before, what didn't work. And one of the things that I incorporated last time was tracking my blood glucose. And so I worked that in again by wearing a continuous glucose monitor and just cutting down on the useless carbohydrates I've been eating, which includes just the major starches, all of the sweet stuff that you can find, cakes and ice creams and pies, and alcohol. I think cutting those things down the first week, I thought it would be a challenge. But maybe it has been a little bit because there is that craving for sweets, and I've sort of found a little workaround. Organic cocoa powder has no sweetener in it at all, and just kind of like whipping it with full cream milk with a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of cinnamon powder, just to give me the taste of chocolate, but it's actually quite bitter. So it's almost like ingesting 90% dark chocolate, but without any amount of sugar in it at all. I think most of the sugar will be coming from the milk, which would be lactose, and I've tried that a couple of times this week. It has sustained me to a certain extent, and I've also kept track of how that impacts my blood glucose. My reasoning behind that is because, again, I've really taken a deep dive into how hormones play a role in weight gain, particularly insulin, and how it impacts all the other hormones. And I've just really been consuming a lot of information in that arena. And so I said, you know what, why not just try to see if I could incorporate something similar and see how well that works for me. I've tried that in the past and it has worked. As a matter of fact, it worked tremendously well. And so I know that it will work again. I know that I remember the challenges that I faced, all simply because I wrote it down. So please write it down. Write down what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Sometimes you don't even, sometimes you open your notebook and you might not have anything on forefront of your mind that you're going to be writing down today. But I think that you just free write anything. Oh, I took the dog for a walk today. Oh, I went to the mailbox. Oh, as I picked up the mail from the mailbox, there was a spider. Just start writing anything. Write down things. Just let your mind flow out. And the more you practice that, the easier it starts coming to you. Just recount your day into a notebook so that way you can flip back and see what worked and what didn't work. So this is my notebook, and this was how it all started. It started with me trying to figure out how does insulin work. And in the process of just writing down what I understand, what I don't understand, what the science says, I started really getting an idea of why I think the way I think, and all the information that I might have consumed in the past, or all of the different misinformation that might have trickled down my way. And it just really took me to the point where I really wanted to know how did I get to where I am, and is there something that I'm not seeing, or is there something that I might have missed, along the way? And there's so many conflicting ideas or so many conflicting information about what to do, how best to do it, why you should do it, why you shouldn't do it. But when I'm looking at this book, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe that I have my guidebook here. So seeing this notebook, touching it, and just going through the pages makes me know that I'm on the journey that I know will work. So I think you should have that too. So as we go through this, I really hope that I'm able to guide you, and I'm able to reinforce my own mindset and my own thought processes, and just get confident with what I know, and in learning new things and sharing new information with you as we keep going forward. I'll see you in the next one.